You've got all the gear, you've got the instructor, you're at a flight school, you're going to follow all the recommendations I made in the last video. But what is the actual training going to entail? There are a number of specific topics that are going to be covered in your flight training. You're going to become that person at the party that wants to talk about aviation all the time. Training is actually broken down into two parts. The ground portion, where you're actually sitting down, using books, talking with your instructor, doing some reading. We use the ground lessons to prepare you for flying, so you're not wasting time in the air going over things that you can cover on the ground. Remember, the fuel is burning in the airplane. During your ground lessons, you're going to talk about things like weather, how to decipher the weather. Cross-country planning. You're going to review a lot of the FAA regulations, airplane systems, airport operations. You will discuss aeronautical decision making, what tools you can use to help you make good decisions in the air. You will learn how to talk to air traffic control and really hone in on those radio communication skills. The second part, the practical part, flying in the airplane. During the practical part, in the airplane, you're going to work on maneuvers. Before I take a student into an airplane for the first time, I like to provide a little information about the airplane. You'll be flying in something very similar to this airplane behind me. It is not going to be like a jet airplane you went on your last beach vacation on. You will feel a lot more of the bumps. You are tight. It's a lot closer. You have a lot of information all within reach in the airplane. There are weight limits. There are things that you have to consider before you actually fly a little plane like this. In the airplane, you're going to work on taking off. There are different takeoffs. Landing the airplane, there are a few different types of landings. You'll work on steep turns, turns around a point, rectangular traffic pattern courses, S-turns along a road, what to do in a variety of different emergency scenarios, stalls. We really work on those so that you know what to do in case it happens to you. Your flight instructor is going to be with you, helping you all along the way, learning all these new maneuvers. Their job is to make sure you learn them well enough to do them on your own. You will be on your own. You're going to be flying that airplane in just a few weeks. Just a few words of wisdom before we wrap it up with one more video. You are going to have subjects that you're discussing and learning about that you are really strong in, and you're going to have some that you are not so strong in. Those are the ones you really need to focus on. If they are a weakness, that is an indication you need to ask more questions. We are lucky we have so many different resources to use, the internet, YouTube, that will help you master those subjects that you feel a little deficient in. And use your instructor. They are all here to help you. They all want you to be a pilot and will do whatever they can to get you ready for your check ride. And let's talk about that next.